Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Xcess podcast. Now, oh boy, this one is long overdue, because in the last week and a half now, things in the wrestling world have been interesting in one way. Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, TNA, reportedly being canceled by Destination America, or as some people are saying, not renewed, canceling, same thing. And then there's a whole situation going on today, as of this recording, that I'm going to get into, but I'm not actually alone for this edition of the podcast. I'm joined by John Curry from Main Event Madness. John, tell them everything about what Main Event Madness is all about.
Main Event Madness, if you guys haven't checked it out, it's mainly a wrestling podcast, but we also talk pro sports. We talk Major League Baseball, National Football League, National Basketball Association, UFC, sometimes some Barclay Premier League, some soccer or football over across the pond. We've been around about a little over a year now, and we've had a lot of guys on: Bruno Sammartino, Diamond Dallas Page, Rhino, Tyrus, Jeff Jarrett. And in the coming weeks, we actually, in about 5 days, maineventmadness.com is going to be relaunching, and we're going to have an exclusive interview up on launch with WWE sign guy Rick Achberger. God, he's going to kill me because I just got done recording the interview, and he literally was just telling me about an hour ago how to pronounce his name, so he's definitely going to kill me for that one. But Rick Achberger, the WWE sign guy, will be our exclusive interview. We have a ton more coming, including a major independent name, and we'll be revealing that probably next week on the broadcast. But yeah, our show airs Thursday nights, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Not really much more to say than that, other than be sure to check out maineventmadness.com on starting Monday, June 1st.
There we go. Alright, so, TNA. Everybody knows by now, John, you've even discussed it on Main Event Madness with Al, about TNA being canceled by Destination America. And during the whole last week that this news was going on, talents, more specifically Eric Young, was pretty much, just denying it like normally you'd expect. But news coming out today, TNA held a conference call with talent. I actually woke up to all of this news today, because...
Crazy-ass news day, too.
Yes. TNA held a conference call at 3 o'clock. I did not know, actually, it was all talent, because, like I said, I just woke up to the news. Basically, they were holding a conference call with talent, not only to address the rumors, which apparently they didn't, but we'll get to that later, but the conference call happened due to a recent announcement. About an hour and a half before the call was supposed to take place, it was announced that Ring of Honor will be airing on Destination America beginning, how convenient, Wednesday, June 3rd at 8 o'clock, which is the day that TNA Impact Wrestling is moving to Wednesday nights. Now, a lot of speculation going around, obviously, because, this is a major thing. Dave Meltzer and, Brian Alvarez on Observer Live was saying that, the deal between ROH and Destination America was in the works for a long time. In the past, it was reported that Ring of Honor was going to go to Spike TV, which was the former home of Impact, but then, I don't remember if he gave out specific number of months, but he did say that months in advance was the deal between ROH and Destination America taking place, being discussed, and everything, and Ring of Honor picked today of all days to actually announce the deal, since they will be premiering next week on their end.
On their end, because it's a week in advance. They'll be like, hey, you guys got a week. We're going to be on this channel a week from now. It was a good business move on their part.
Exactly. And
how Bush League TNA is getting.
Exactly, and plus, ever since the announcement was made, I think they're even still, Destination America has been trending on Twitter for like the last 3 hours now, due to this news. And sorry to say, but when TNA first announced their deal, I don't believe Destination America was trending at all at that time.
At least on my end for worldwide trends, it is not trending at the moment.
It's not anymore, okay. But it did trend at least like 2.5 hours, though, so that says something.
And it gets you a hell of a lot of exposure, too.
Exactly. The specifics of the deal with Ring of Honor and Destination America. Ring of Honor, I believe, was the one who sent out the press release. They said that their deal was for 26 episodes, so like a regular TV season, because apparently that's the new norm. Excuse me, my dog in the background barking. I recently just got a new dog, and he's, guest barking outside, but the deal... Hang on, we'll be right back after this quick little cut. Alright, we're back now, sorry about that. But the deal between Ring of Honor and Destination America, now apparently it's a 26 episode season, quote unquote, the norm now, usually for television. And the deal actually is not newer episodes, rather syndicated episodes from what airs on Sinclair broadcast stations, in the first run on, I believe...
They're not going to be first run?
No, it's syndicated. They're syndicated episodes that are going to be airing. I don't know... It's a really good deal because there are a lot of areas in the nation that don't actually get Sinclair. Like, I believe some cities in New York don't get Sinclair. California, lots of places that don't get it. So, it's... Like you said earlier, it's really good exposure for the ROH brand. And it's going to be interesting to see how well they do, since it's going to be syndication rather than first run. But, John, what are your thoughts about...
See, I mean, it's great that Ring of Honor's got another outlet, and, you know, like Bischoff says, controversy creates cash. And it does. But, I mean, with something like this, how much more exposure is Ring of Honor getting? Because it's also a station that you have to get like an extra cable package to get. At least with Verizon Fios you do. And a lot of people, or at least your typical nuclear family may not have that. So, I mean, you're in some regards, you're going back to the same kind of equation with, well, some people don't have Sinclair broadcasting, like you mentioned, in some cities in New York, California, and other big markets. Whereas some people in those markets that don't have Sinclair have Destination America, but also the vice versa. So, I mean, how that's going to work out and kind of balance each other out, I mean, hopefully it'll be like the converse. You know, whoever has Sinclair... or whoever doesn't have Sinclair has Destination America and vice versa. I don't know. But what I'm really curious to see is the reaction from TNA. Because with all these talks that were coming out about Impact Wrestling getting canceled, and now you have another wrestling show on the same night leading into that program, and there were reports that Impact Wrestling wasn't on the fall schedule, shit just got real, and it got real interesting real quick.
Yeah, speaking of the schedule with Destination America, I think I saw somebody tweet out, I don't remember the username, but apparently they did check the schedule on Destination America. They're still listed on Friday nights. They still have Impact on Fridays on the schedule.
Well, that might get changed since they're still technically on Fridays now. Maybe that'll get changed after they move to Wednesday.
Yeah, maybe after this week it'll be changed, but but I think what they meant in that tweet was they aren't listed on it, like, beginning June 3rd. Like, they're still listed Fridays, you know, next Friday instead of next Wednesday. But, yeah, this is crazy. And going back to that conference call with talent today, now, not that long ago, like maybe 20, 30 minutes ago now, a couple people were tweeting about it. Also from Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez. They talked about it on a breaking news audio thing. And according to their sources and everything, apparently TNA, I think Dixie Carter hosted the call. Apparently nothing was said about their status on Destination America going forward. And basically they were told to just blackball the media. Like, nothing with the media. Nothing. No interviews, no interaction at all. Nothing.
Yeah. Guess I won't be getting MVP.
Yeah, exactly. The people that run this company, I feel, I even tweeted about this, I feel so bad for the talent. Because they're doing nothing wrong except following misguided people who run the company. But, like, I can fault them for that, tweeting, like, they're tweeting positive things about how this deal with ROH leading into iMPACT is going to be a win-win for both companies, but, for them to be told nothing is just ridiculous. Like, they have no clue what's going to happen come September.
The only ones I'm happy for, and I feel bad for all of them, but the only ones I'm happy for are the ones whose contracts are coming up.
Yeah, like Austin Aries. Austin Aries' contract is up in June.
Yep. Christy Hemmy's leaving. Austin Aries is leaving. MVP's basically all but quit because he's got booking emails on his Twitter handle right now. So,
yeah, exactly. Like, he's the only one who, as they like to say now, ever since The Rising, Drew Galloway and all them came in, hashtag stand up. That's the only person who's standing up right now is MVP.
Well, and I mean, he's been around the block and he knows what to deal with. But I retweeted or I replied to a tweet that he retweeted from Scott Fishman. He's a contributor to Miami Herald. It's like, how sad is it that a company is so blindsided by their own imaginary ego? Because the company, in order to have an ego, you need to have some sort of success. But how sad is it that a company who's blinded by its own ego can't even tell their employees about the status of a company?
It's ridiculous is what it is.
It is. And I mean, if they're thinking, well, if we're going to go down in a blaze of glory like WCW. No, you're not. You're going to go down looking like a complete joke, like the XFL did. That's what's going to happen. And I mean, you're seeing it because all these guys and girls in TNA are seeing the writing on the wall. I mean, Joe flat out said it. I saw the writing on the wall. Fuck it, I'm out. Sorry for the F-bomb. I don't know if I was allowed to do that or not.
No, it's fine. This show isn't PG.
Yeah, Joe said, fuck it. I saw the writing. Deuces. Austin Aries. Well, this was fun. Time to leave now.
And Christy Hemme scored herself a job outside of wrestling, so good for her. Especially since she had a kid in the last year.
Playboy.
I bet a lot of people wish that, but probably not.
She did once.
I mean, she probably could have done it again, since it was really long. Like, I think when she first joined, TNA was all about promoting Playboy because she was still fresh off being on the cover then. So
I wonder if she's going to go back and do something with WWE with the Diva Search.
Maybe that'd be pretty interesting.
She was the first, wasn't she?
I believe so. 2004, I think.
I think she was.
Yeah, I think Layla's hosting it, but having Christy as a co-host would be interesting.
Oh God, Layla.
Yeah. I think that Layla's hosting, because a while ago I think she updated her social media saying she was a host.
Apparently Michelle McCool's too busy.
Well, her and Taker like to visit the Performance Center a lot, so I guess she's, just rather teach the actual signed women that way instead of, dealing with Diva Search. Even though she did come from the Diva Search, but...
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It'll be interesting, and it's kind of weird that they have all this going on, and they have Tough Enough at the same time. I mean, it kind of shows you how desperate they are for women. But either that, or you could just take all the NXT women up and just get rid of a few of them.
A few.
Melina, Alicia Fox girl can go. Rosa can go. Eva can. Well, no, because you know what? I'm becoming a little bit of a fan of Eva Marie because you know what? She's earning my respect.
Yeah, I can respect her because she's actually wanting to learn, and from what she's posting on Instagram, she's doing a hell of a job.
Yeah, she doesn't look bad. I mean, when you can do a sliced bread number 2 and not fuck it up, you're doing something right.
Exactly.
Oh, what is this? More backstage news on today's conference call.
Oh boy. What now?
Why the hell not? Okay then. We apparently TNA officials said they couldn't address the Destination America reports during the conference call, but TNA President Dixie Carter told the company that TNA has a good relationship with Destination America. Right.
Yeah, given she CC'd the president, calling him a dummy, sure.
That's going to go well. You know, it's actually kind of funny that blunder happened, and the next thing you know, Ring of Honor is on Destination America. Well, somebody's not about to be for much longer. And then, I guess Dixie added they're planning for 2016, but would not comment on reports of Destination America having an out clause in September due to legal advice. Dixie did add that out clauses in TV deals are common. Yeah, except the fact that I don't recall hearing about many TV shows that they talk about not even 6 months in, unless it's a brand new show that's given like a 4 to 8 week trial or something like that. You know, if shows run for 6 months or something like that, usually not even halfway through that, there's no talks of them canceling it already.
Yeah.
And the fact that that's already happening with TNA. By the way, I actually watched the live special they had, which that was the first time I'd watched TNA live. I think it was the second or third time in the 4 or 5 months now that they've been on Destination America. And that had like the lowest rating.
Yeah, it did. One of the lowest ratings they've had. I think the bottom 3 or bottom 5.
Something like that. It was excruciating, to say the least. I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. This isn't that bad. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you watching? Like, I had hopes going into the main event. It's like, oh, finally, are we going to get a main event that's not clusterfucked with 15 different run-ins that have literally nothing to do with the main event? Oh, no. Well, there's 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys. Okay. Nope, textbook TNA. Okay, we're good.
That was really my only flaw with the show, the main event and the clusterfuck that happened. That ended up setting a what they called hardcore war, basically like a Survivor Series type match.
TNA more than I do? Or do you watch TNA frequently?
Yeah, I try to watch it every week. Sometimes if like the first half hour doesn't interest me, I just, turn off.
2 questions. Where's Bobby Lashley?
He actually returned the next week after that clusterfuck happened.
Fair enough. And where's Abyss?
Abyss is part of the Revolution with James Storm and Koya and Manic, who has this new mask and everything.
Not Suicide anymore?
No, he hasn't been. Well, he actually uses the Suicide gear in other promotions, but as Manic in TNA, he uses a new getup since he joined the Revolution. It's like a blue and black type gear with a weird mask. It's too hard to explain.
This damn company, man. And our a buddy on our show, or our analyst, his name is Matt Brees on Main Event Madness. He said back in December that he didn't think at the time that Main Event Madness was going to, or not Main Event Madness, I'm sorry, that TNA would even last out the year. And you know what though, man, I'm really starting to agree with him.
As sad as it is, yeah, you can see that everything's not going well.
at what point, you want to stop the bleeding, but at what point do you run out of bandages? Like,
Exactly.
each time people say, "Oh, it's just a bruise." No, it's not just a bruise. Like it's more and more one right after the other. Fatal, fatal cut, fatal cut, fatal cut, fatal cut. Like at what point, and the fact that your entire main event scene from 2 years ago is gone. I mean, who's left? Kurt Angle?
Pretty much. And
Not in the main event. And Bobby Roode probably won't even last much longer. I'm sure his contract's up pretty soon.
I think his is up next February.
Oh, so he's still got a while. Him and Jeff Hardy, I feel so bad for them.
Yeah, I think both of their deals are around the same in February.
Jeff should have went back to WWE. I mean, yes, he would have had to work more than he does in TNA, but he would have gotten paid more. B, well, he wouldn't have to be worrying about working for a company that may not have a TV deal in 3 months.
I actually think, though, if anything, if Jeff were to go back, and even Matt and whoever else, that used to work there that went to TNA, I think, if anything, they kind of want to go for the deal that Samoa Joe has now. Just do NXT and put over talent and stuff.
Oh, you know that Joe will get to the main roster.
I don't. Maybe not for like a year or so. If any, I think his NXT deal is only 2 years. So, I mean, it depends on what he wants after, all that's said and done. Because he still gets to work all these indie shows alongside NXT. So,
for now.
But it's like, does he want to actually sacrifice that? Because he doesn't. With NXT, I don't think he's gonna be working live events or anything. So, really, it's just the tapings, and then he does. What was it? AIPW? Was it the recent event that he just did with,
I believe so.
Yeah, then he can just do that, and he can rest a lot, which he is a bigger guy, and he is getting older, so, I mean, if it works for him, I'm happy for him, but, I mean, it would be nice to see him, like, go toe-to-toe with John Cena or somebody on the main roster. I'm not, like, denying that, but...
Well, the big thing to watch here, before I gotta get ready to wrap up here, is does WWE pull Samoa Joe from Ring of Honor?
That's the one thing that I think a lot of people were interested in. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, now that they have another national TV deal, that's gonna be the thing to watch for. And if he does, how does that affect his relationship with WWE? Unless there's language in the contract that allows them to do so, that's where that's going to get interesting.
Yeah, I believe Ring of Honor, I believe they would address this, or even WWE would have by now, but I don't think it will affect it, because something that big, Joe having an NXT deal and appearing regularly for Ring of Honor now, again, you'd think one or the other would have said something that, or now that ROH is back on Destination, now that he's on Destination America, they're on Destination America, you'd think one or the other would have said something. So.
Time will tell. That's the ultimate rule with just about everything, man. Yeah. But a lot of stuff to look forward to, and look forward to seeing the fallout from them.
Exactly. And like I said before, like, I don't want to see TNA die out, because there are a lot of people that find them an alternative, and it's nice sometimes to get a break from constant main events of Rollins, Ambrose, Kane, Reigns. It's nice to have some sort of break, and there's also Lucha Underground, there's NXT, which is the better WWE show, I think a lot of people can agree with.
Listen, main events involving Reigns, Ambrose, and Rollins is a hell of a lot better getting that cycled in every week than main events involving John Cena, Randy Orton, and Batista.
That is very true. But I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Xcess podcast. Lots of stuff to keep an eye on with TNA, Destination America, now Ring of Honor in the fold, and even Samoa Joe with WWE. It's gonna be interesting next year or so of wrestling, that's for sure. But John, thank you very much for joining me for this edition. before you go, once again, just promote the hell out of Main Event Madness and everything all about it.
Well, guys, like I said at the beginning of this, definitely check out maineventmadness.com on starting Monday. We're relaunching on Monday. Huge show we're going to have for you guys tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, Spreaker.com/show/maineventmadness. But maineventmadness.com is going to be a hub. We're going to have wrestling news, sports news, columns, blogs. We have a store set up. We've got little fun facts. We've got history about WWE, about the NFL, about the NBA, about baseball, about I believe about TNA, about the UFC. I mean, it's like our vision for it is, if you want to go online and you want to look something up, instead of going to Wikipedia, come here. You want to go online, you want to buy some sporting goods, buy some stuff, come here. You want to go get news, come here. Like that. We're trying to make it the place that you guys are going to want to go to check out basically everything that's going on in the world of sports and wrestling. And like I said, don't forget to check out Spreaker.com/show/maineventmadness, which is where our show is right now. And once more, maineventmadness.com is relaunching on Monday, June 1st.
All right, there you go. You heard the man. Main Event Madness Radio, maineventmadness.com, beginning June 1st. Anyways, with that is going to do it for this edition of the Xcess Podcast. Thank you all for listening, and I will catch you next time.